everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new video. Now, I have been spending quite a lot of time over lockdown on TikTok and just making really bad karaoke videos. If you want to go and check that out, feel free. I'm a weirdo, I know. But the other night I was on YouTube and I saw that somebody had posted a video where they were doing a TikTok viral beauty hack. Now, I have never thought of doing a video like this before. I've never done any like hack videos before, and I saw this and I was just like, that is really easy and I want to see if it works. Now, apparently this hack originated from drag queens. They've been doing their makeup like this for a long time. It's also apparently really great thing to do if you have oily skin. I don't, but I think it's nice to feature things on my channel that maybe are not necessarily for my skin type all the time, because I know so many of you are out there that do have oily skin. So I just wanted to have a little play. So we're going to try this hack today, and if I have got time I'm going to squeeze in a second hack at the end. But this is the backwards makeup hack. Now, to do this hack you're going to need a couple of extra products that you may not necessarily use in your normal makeup routine if you don't actually have oily skin. But apparently this gives your makeup the longevity, like it's amazing. Now, apparently this hack is really good for making your makeup last all day, giving you a really beautiful fluffy kind of like flawless skin look, and it's meant to be really good at combating oiliness. So as it gets more towards summer, this might be a really great thing to try. Now, you will need a couple of things that maybe you don't normally have in your makeup routine if you don't have oily skin. So for example, you're going to need a setting spray. I've got the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. I've just got a mini one, really handy to have. And you're going to need a loose translucent powder. So I have got the Hourglass loose translucent powder, and this is the Veil. It's beautiful, it's really lightweight. You can use any powder really, but loose powder does work better. Okay, so to start off this hack, what we're going to do is we're going to go in with moisturizer. Now, every time I've seen anybody do this hack, I've only seen them use Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream, which is so handy because I do have it. But you can go in with any moisturizer. So basically you're just going to moisturize your skin really well. Now, I do have a load of Charlotte Tilbury YouTube videos now, so if you are interested in checking those out, I'm going to put a playlist of all my Charlotte Tilbury videos just because I do really love Charlotte Tilbury. It's so good. So this is where it gets a little bit backwards, because normally you would go in with your primer, then your foundation, maybe all your other contoury bits and what have you. But no, we're going in with powder, which is normally the last thing you put on. So this is really different. Now, I'm just going to be using a big fluffy brush. This is the Real Techniques brush from, I think it was like the Sapphire range. I love this brush for loose powder or any powder. This is like my powder brush and it's so beautiful. It's kind of small enough to kind of go under the eye, but it's big enough to kind of buff into the skin as well, and it just feels really luxe. So as I said, I've got the Mineral Veil by Hourglass, and this is such a beautiful powder. It's really fine and you need the tiniest amount. So the idea behind this is now you're going to put the powder on and you're really going to buff it into the skin, and so you can't see any. But basically this is just going to seal all that gorgeous moisture in and is going to give you a really beautiful soft canvas to work with. Now, you might find that because of this hack you do end up using a little bit more powder than what you would normally, because obviously you're not putting it over powdered products, you're putting it over quite a tacky product. The other thing I would say about this hack, which I think is, I don't know how it's going to work, is because you're putting powder on and then you're going to put like liquid type products over the top, you might find it gets a bit cakey maybe. I'm not sure, but we will see. So I've powdered my face, I've buffed it into my skin. My skin's feeling really soft right now. It's like, oh, feels beautiful. So we're now going to go in with setting spray. Now I very rarely use setting spray because I don't tend to have problems with my makeup wearing off throughout the day, but I do always have like 1 or 2 minis just in case for events and things like that. So here we have our little setting spray. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter. I know this is really popular and so many people love it. So we're just going to spray this all over my face. I'm going to be quite generous because, you know, I want it to last all day. So we're just going to spray this on my face. Next, I'm going to go in with my primer. So I basically take 2 primers. I've got the Brightening Youth Glow and the Wonder Glow from Charlotte Tilbury. I mix them together and then I put them on my skin. Now, because of the technique that we're using today, I don't think I'm going to be rubbing them in. I don't want to lift the powder off my skin. So I'm just going to go in with a little bit less than normal. I'm just going to use a much smaller amount, and I'm actually going to warm it up in my fingers and then I'm going to tap it into the skin. So I'm just going to kind of do it around my kind of areas that I want to, actually I'll just do it all over my face. All over my face. But yeah, that's working really, really well. So equally with this hack, you do have to use a beauty blender to put your foundation on. If you used a brush, you probably lift up all the pressed powder. So I'm going to go in with my normal NARS foundation and I'm just going to dot this on my skin. Okay, so skin is looking pretty good. It feels really like velvety soft. So I'm intrigued to see how this is going to stand up once I've done the rest of my makeup. So let's carry on going. Okay, so that is all my base on. I must admit, my skin is looking really good. It's definitely kind of mattified everything. It doesn't look shiny at all. I normally get quite a lot of glow from this foundation, but it just looks quite matte, and it's actually nice to think that you can actually change the finish of your foundation by changing how you do your priming. So yeah, I am liking that so far. I'm just going to put my eye makeup on and I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so lashes are on. I've got some on by K Rose today. I think they came out of a subscription box like ages ago, and I've only just recently started wearing lashes, so I thought I'd pop these on today because they looked really fluttery and pretty. And then I just had a little play around with kind of like extending the inner corner of my eye because I thought that was a cool little nifty trick. Now I was going to show you another hack. So this hack also involves setting spray, so I thought it would be kind of fun to do. Okay, so for my last hack of this video, I'm just going to take a Hoola bronzer, and this is just like a mini, you could obviously use any bronzer you wanted, and we're going to take some setting spray. Now the only other thing that you're going to need for this hack is a small fan brush. So obviously you could use potentially any brush to do this, and there are different ways to do this. You can kind of come up with your own technique, but this is one that I saw online and I thought I would give a go. Now I do have slight freckles on my face, but by the time you put my foundation on you can't really see them anymore. They're very, very light. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my own freckles. Okay, so I've got my Hoola bronzer here and I'm actually just going to scrape off a little bit of the Hoola bronzer and put it on to the lid, and then I'm going to spritz that with setting spray, almost to make like a brown kind of Hoola liquid bronzer. So I'm just going to take my tweezers and I'm just going to lean it forward and scrape off like a little bit of powder. You don't really need very much because, you know, you don't. So I'm just going to spritz it with my Urban Decay setting spray, and then I'm going to take a small fan brush and I'm just going to kind of like smush it so it's like in the bristles. And then all I'm going to do is okay, I don't know if you can see that, but you can see just a couple like here and then here. Like, they're very subtle. Obviously you can make them bigger if you wanted to, but it just gives a little bit of a more sun-kissed look, and you don't have to do anything to it other than that. So worth giving it a go if you can do it at home. Cool, so that is, so I'm just going to put some lipstick on. I realised I haven't got any lipstick on. Oh dear. I'm just going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Stone Rose. I've not tried this yet. So my makeup's been on now for about 45 minutes to an hour, and it still feels really, really soft. Like, I've just loved this little hack. It just changes the way that your foundation looks on your skin. So I think you'll see that in a lot of my videos I always look quite dewy, like quite glowy, but this has really mattified my foundation and just changed how it looks on my skin completely. Now I can see a very tiny bit of dryness that's kind of shown up on my nose, but that's very, very slight. I mean, for a mattifying effect, it's pretty cool. So I really like that kind of thing. I love that kind of little hack. It's such a good way to make your skin look more matte if you've only got a dewy foundation, and at the same time it's just a really clever little thing. So anyway, I'm really glad I shared that with you today, and I hope you enjoyed seeing me get ready and trying out a couple of different techniques. So yeah, have a good day, enjoy yourselves. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and I'll see you all very soon. Take care, guys. Bye.